Hey man, you. Yeah, you don't get to looking around. No, not him over there. Not him back there. You. Hey man, you been exhibiting a whole lot of womanly and feminine behavior, man. Like you got feminine products between your legs or something, man. And I know you don't know it. You don't realize it when you doing it. You ain't got the consciousness and awareness and game to separate game from lame. So we gonna talk about it, man. It's time to let your nuts hang. But first, wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Let's go.
But you want all this pimping you can't afford. Perform like a punk but wanna win his reward. Some suckers give you points but bitch you never scored. If you ain't paying pimping then bitch you getting ignored.
Okay.
I'm so sick of these.
Yeah, man. They've been watering manhood down for a long time on this internet. So it's time to add some potency back to the manhood, the image of manhood on this internet, man. A lot of you guys been subscribing to this toxic masculinity bullshit for too long, to the point where you do a lot of womanly and feminine things and you don't even realize what you doing, man. Yeah, on the internet, man. I know it encourages you to be soft. It encourages you to be tender. It encourages you to be weak. But hey, man. Yeah, man, we about to break this shit down. We about to separate game from lame, man. So listen, man. One of the main things that kind of encompasses all of the womanly and feminine things a lot of y'all be doing is emotionally reacting, man. Reacting with your emotions to everything, every conflict, every dilemma, every challenge. You reacting to it with your emotions, man. Hey, listen, that's not what men do. And a lot of this shit been going on really since even before the internet. Shit, a lot of this shit been going on since before I was born. And it has only gotten more and more intense, more and more weak. But listen, man, especially a lot of dudes in the streets, right? A lot of dudes that might be street dudes or gang members or gang affiliated, active members and all that type of stuff, man. Hey, listen, a lot of the stuff that y'all be doing is feminine, man. When you have conflicts with, you know, your opposition or things like that, you respond like the woman, you respond like your mama, because that's who you learned a lot of these things from. A lot of these emotional behaviors, you learned it from your mama. So when you get around other men, you respond to conflicts and disagreements and things like that the way your mama would. You want to fight, you want to fuss. Hey, listen, man, grown men, we resolve issues with game. It's a time and place for everything. So yeah, sometimes you got to defend yourself and sometimes you got to get, you know, physical and violent and things like that. But a lot of the times y'all go looking for problems and create problems in a feminine type of way. And that shit ain't got nothing to do with no manhood, man. And then you got whole neighborhoods or whole gangs, whole organizations, whatever you want to call it, getting into it with a whole different, you know, group of people over a woman. This man from over here got into it with this man over here, and they got violent with each other over a woman. And now this whole side is into it with this whole side over a woman. Over a woman. And then it goes on for generations to the point where you don't even have nothing to do with the initial conflict. But because this side don't like that side, because this side talk this way, that side talk that way, this side wears this, that side wears that, all this old type of stuff. Hey, that shit ain't got nothing to do with no manhood, man. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna tell you this shit, man, but Freeze, man, gonna let you know a lot of that shit got to do with femininity and acting like your mama. It's too many cats acting like they mama, man. And while everybody is acting like they mama, you know, us as black men, we losing. And, you know, our women are out of control. And a big part of the reason why our women are out of control is because when the men are away, the women gonna play. And when it's a lot less manhood going on, it's a lot less womanhood going on. You dig? But yeah, man, gotta stop acting like women, man. You dig? And speaking of acting like women, another unmanly thing that a lot of y'all got bad is speaking for a woman. Man, let the woman speak for herself. You know, y'all create statuses, you make videos, you go on people's platforms speaking for women, talking about what women is tired of, and women are tired of this and women are tired of that, and women want this and women want that, and women don't want this and women don't want that. So because this is what women want, this is how us men should be. And because this is what women don't want, us men shouldn't be like that. Hey, listen, man. Men don't operate like that. You know, men don't speak for women, and we don't do what we do based on what women want. Because guess what? Just like the weather might change 10 times today, same thing with what a woman wants. What a woman wants from men or from herself or from life period might change 20 times today and another 50 times tomorrow. You dig? It's time to let your nuts hang, man. Because when you let your nuts hang, a woman is going to be able to better decide what she wants. A woman is going to be able to make better decisions under the leadership and the guidance of a man. You dig? And not just that, but a woman is going to be able to properly and effectively speak for herself. Man ain't got no business speaking for no damn woman. Especially talking about what women want and telling other men this is how they should be because this is what women want. How you gonna speak for a woman that can't even speak for herself? Because you won't be a man in her life or in their life. You won't display to them what true manhood is. You won't, exhibit that. You won't live that in front of them. Right? It's crazy, man. All this speaking for women and all this other type of shit. And another problem, man, that a lot of dudes got, and reason why they need to let they nuts hang, is doing things simply because they seeking a woman's approval. A lot of the things y'all do is because you think women will approve of it. Just like speaking for women. You speak for a woman because you think that's what a woman wants you to do. And if she does want you to do that, then she don't even have the right concept of what manhood is. And that's because you don't have the right concept of what manhood is. See, when you got the right concept and you're doing what a man is supposed to do and being what a man is supposed to be, a woman is going to do and be what a woman is supposed to do and be. And she ain't even going to want a man to speak for her. She going to be able to speak for herself. And, a man ain't going to try to think for a woman or read a woman's mind and speak on her behalf and all that type of shit. Nah, that ain't what men do. And we definitely don't do things simply for the approval of a woman. A lot of y'all be in the shade room comment section saying a lot of weak ass, feminine ass shit simply because you think you're going to get some likes from the women. You in the comment section on every post where they bashing Tory Lanez, every post where they bashing Puffy, every post where they bashing any kind of man that's being persecuted. You in the comment section saying a bunch of derogatory things about that man, hoping that the women give you a bunch of pats on the back and getting your, get to liking your comment and all that type of stuff. That's weak. It's time to let your nuts hang, because when you doing that, you tucking your nuts away. The hell you look like as a man tucking your nuts away. All y'all that be in them comment sections bashing other men, you tucking your nuts away, man. Let your nuts hang. Because when you let your nuts hang, you ain't even gonna have an urge. You ain't even gonna have a desire to do that weak ass, feminine ass shit. Yeah, man, that shit crazy, man. A lot of the stuff y'all be doing, man. And hey, man, it's so many things that y'all be doing. It's so many things that y'all be doing. Another thing that y'all got bad is some of your favorite creators, some of your favorite dating coaches, some of your favorite relationship gurus, and all this old type of stuff. You know, some of the most popular guys, all that red pill bullshit, all that manosphere bullshit. You know, a lot of y'all got this shit bad where you get on these platforms in front of thousands and millions of people crying about women, crying about what women ain't. Women ain't this. Women need to be this. Women need to be that. Women don't do this. Women don't do that. But you ain't got no type of solution. And you don't even encourage women to be their best because you're not your best as a man. You don't even know how to display manhood properly. You know what a lot of y'all look like, man? Y'all look like guys that sit on the toilet to take a piss. And you don't even realize that shit. Could you imagine a guy sitting on the toilet taking a piss and him thinking that that's okay? Any real man gonna be like, what the hell is he doing? That's how a real man looking at a lot of y'all, man, on these platforms complaining about women and how they are and how they are not. And you don't even have a solution for them. You don't even have a solution for, you know, how they should be. And then furthermore, you don't even have the right type of encouragement for them because you're not exhibiting the right kind of manhood to them. See, what you got to understand, man, is when you let your nuts hang and display manhood properly, you know, women just, you know, they have a tendency to fall in line. They have a tendency to want to be better, right? But you won't know that shit if you don't let your nuts hang, man. Gotta let your nuts hang. Stop doing all this feminine ass crybaby ass shit, because that's what a lot of y'all doing. You get on these platforms crying about women, crying. And then the reason why a lot of y'all's platforms is so big is because you get the sympathy of other crybaby ass dudes. So it's a whole community of crybabies all crying together. Then, you know, this crybaby that's weaker than the spokesperson for the crybabies, you'll pay that this crybaby will pay that crybaby for, you know, a course on how to deal with women, and don't neither one of y'all know how to deal with women. You'll pay this one for a consultation, pay him for his time to tell you nothing but how to better cry about women. Or don't cry about this, you need to cry about that. And y'all all got the same shit in common, man. Ain't none of y'all letting your nuts hang, man. For real though. All this crybaby ass shit, man. Hey, men don't do that. Men let their nuts hang everywhere they go, everything they do. And, you know, a real woman is gonna respect it. And to the women who don't respect it, hey, it's their loss. Maybe they'll come to their senses one day and respect it. And if they don't, hey, it is what it is. A man gonna let his nuts hang regardless. Man ain't gonna tuck his nuts up for a woman's approval or any of that type of shit, or tuck his nuts up to cry about what women ain't doing and what women need to be doing and all this old type of shit. And you don't even have any type of solution. Men don't do that, man. Another thing men don't do that a lot of y'all got bad is picking apart other men. Some of y'all watch my videos. Some of y'all watch other masculine, manly content creators that encourage manhood and speak about manhood and display manhood. A lot of y'all watch this shit just to pick me apart. A lot of y'all scouring this video for a flaw right now. Then you're gonna go to another man's video and scour his shit for a flaw. Then you'll go to even women's platforms and scour their shit for a flaw. Being catty. Hey man, when you letting your nuts hang, you don't even know how to be catty. When you let your nuts hang, man, somebody could give you an instruction manual on how to be catty and you wouldn't even be able to read that shit because you too busy letting your nuts hang. But yeah, man, a lot of y'all got that shit bad, man. You know, picking apart another man and pointing out shit about him. Oh, your hairline is crooked, or your mustache is too thick or too thin or whatever, or you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to dress like this, you need to look like that. What, you trying to date him? You trying to be his woman? You need to talk like this, you need to talk like that, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Come on, man. That ain't a man's place. Men don't do that. We don't pick each other apart, man. And another thing that is a result of y'all not letting your nuts hang, and this has a lot to do with why you pick other men apart, is because you jealous of other men. Hey, man, when you letting your nuts hang, you don't even know how to be jealous of another man. Y'all really be jealous of other men because you haven't let your nuts hang for so long, you don't even know who you are. Because when you tucking your nuts up, you forget who you are as a man, and you get so lost and so far away from manhood that you don't even remember where that shit is at. You don't even know how to get back. Even with a GPS, you wouldn't be able to get directions back to your manhood. You get so lost because your nuts been tucked up for so long. Some of y'all nuts been tucked up for years. Some of y'all ain't let your nuts hang for decades. Soft ass. Let your nuts hang, man. And you know, you wouldn't even have a urge, you know, a desire to be jealous of another man. You know what I mean? Some of y'all be out with your homeboys, and if your partner is getting more action from women than you gonna be jealous of him. Or, you know, some of the people that y'all watch, you be jealous of them. Some people's content that y'all watch, y'all be jealous of them. You jealous because somebody taller than you. You jealous because somebody funnier than you. You jealous because somebody has a talent that you don't have. You so busy looking at them, you ain't even took the time to learn yourself. And it, like I say all the time, man, a lot of y'all strangers to yourself, and that's why you jealous of the next man. Because if you was more familiar with yourself, you not only would be letting your nuts hang, but you'd be secure in who you are as a man. And you wouldn't have an urge or desire or inclination whatsoever to be jealous of another man. That shit is feminine, man. That shit is womanly. That's what the women do, man. That's what the bitches do. Be jealous of each other and shit like that. Hating on each other. Shit crazy, man. Some of y'all be ready to fight. I done been out, you know what I mean, getting action from different females and had dudes ready to fight me over a chick that they don't know just because I'm getting action from her and he ain't. A lot of y'all got that in you, man. A lot of y'all done did that before, or you done had the desire to do that before. You know what I mean? Because you ain't letting your nuts hang. And, you know, fighting over women is another thing, man. A lot of y'all ain't letting your nuts hang. You got your nuts tucked up so you be ready to fight over a woman. Again, a woman who you not even letting speak for herself. If a woman want to be with you, man, not only do you not have to fight over her, but you know, you don't have to speak for her neither. She'll speak for herself, and she'll, you know, make it clear that she wants to be with you. And if that's the case, you know, it ain't no sense in fighting over a woman. A lot of y'all think that that's a manly thing to do, to fight with another man over a woman. That's feminine. That shit ain't got nothing to do with no manhood. Not only is it not manly, but it definitely for sure ain't player. That's the problem, man. A lot of y'all ain't never had no player influences or player experiences, man. And you ain't got a player molecule nowhere in your body. That's why your nuts is tucked up. And you think that shit is like manly because a man might beat on his chest and roar and be loud and all that type of shit over a woman. You think that shit is manly, but that shit feminine as hell. Man ain't gonna fight over no damn woman. If the woman wanna be with him, he's gonna be secure in that fact while he's letting his nuts hang. And then if a woman don't wanna be with him, he gonna let his nuts hang and let her go on about her business. It's never a reason to fight over no woman. A lot of y'all need to let your nuts hang, man. For real. It's another thing, man. Hey, I seen this video, man, it's an older guy. I forget his name. If I can find his name, I'll put it on the screen, right? But he pretty popular, man. His videos get a lot of views. He got a pretty, decent subscriber base. And, he was married before for a long time, I guess, a lot of years. And then now he's divorced and he's by himself. And he promotes that. He promotes being single. He probably in his 50s or something like that. Promotes being single. And, discourages, being with women and all this whole type of stuff and how good it is to be single and all that type of shit. Hey, listen, man. That man Scorned promoting the single life shit, that's the worst way that you could tuck your nuts up. Because one woman, used you as a doormat for a long time and you didn't know how to be a man in a relationship for 10, 15, 20 years, however long you was with her. Now you think that the best bet is to not be in a committed relationship at all or not deal with women at all and be single and all that type of shit. Hey, man, men don't walk around scorned. That's the worst way to tuck your nuts up. Any way to tuck your nuts up is the worst, but that's the worst of the worst. Walking around scorned and guarded around women and all this old type of shit. Hey, listen, man. This is another thing that when you letting your nuts hang, you have no problem saying. Us as people, human beings, we're social creatures. Nobody is meant to be by themselves. And men and women are at their best when they have the right counterpart in their lives. It's a fact. If you look at the most successful, the most legendary historical people, you know what I mean? They had some, the right counterparts in their life, the right significant others in their life. You dig? It's just a fact. And when you let your nuts hang, you're not afraid to say that. You're not scared to say that. You're not scared of, being, criticized by other guys because you say something like that. And you're not so scorned from your past relationships that you don't have the foresight to be able to see that. Listen, man, men don't walk around scorned. Men don't walk around, so damaged by their woman that, you know what? I don't want to deal with no women ever again. I ain't gonna get married ever again, or I ain't gonna have a girlfriend ever again, or I ain't gonna be in a relationship ever again because I got hurt by the last one so bad that I don't like it and I don't want to do it no more. Hey, listen, man. Let your nuts hang, man. You hurt? She hurt you that bad? You don't want to be with no woman no more, huh? Because she hurt you so bad, huh? Hey, listen, man. That shit ain't got nothing to do with manhood, man. That shit ain't got nothing to do with manhood. Another thing that ain't got nothing to do with manhood, and another reason why a lot of y'all need to let your nuts hang is because one thing a lot of y'all can't resist because you got your nuts so tucked up into your stomach is pillow talking. Y'all got that pillow talking shit bad. You be sitting up with women gossiping with their ass. And then the cold part about it, a lot of y'all be pillow talking with women that you don't even have no action at having. You know what I mean? A woman that ain't even attracted to you, ain't trying to be with you. You sitting up gossiping with her about other men and, bashing her exes and even bashing the man she might currently be with. Because you just can't resist the urge to sit up and pillow talk with her. Hey, that shit ain't got nothing to do with no manhood, man. Hey, you learned that from your mama. You didn't learn that from no man. Men don't do that shit. Then y'all be sitting up on live. You sit up on Instagram live, gossiping with bitches about other men. You sit on Bigo, Clubhouse, gossiping about other men with broads that ain't even trying to rock with you in no type of way. That ain't got nothing to do with no manhood, man. For real, though. If you have, in the past 24 hours, sat up and pillow talked with a broad, you need to be ashamed of yourself. You need to let your nuts hang and stop doing that shit. Whether it's in person, over the phone, on Instagram, on Bigo, on Clubhouse, or any of these platforms, if you sitting up gossiping with women and pillow talking with women about other men, or letting them pour their heart out to you about another man, and you co-signing the bullshit that they saying, yeah, that's right, girl, yeah, he ain't shit, let your nuts hang, man. That shit ain't got nothing to do with no manhood, man. Nothing to do with no manhood. For real though, man. You know, a lot of y'all, man, hey, that pillow talking shit ain't cool. Another thing that ain't cool, man, a lot of y'all soft ass dudes be doing, man, is taking chicks back after they done betrayed you. You know what I mean? See, a lot of y'all, you the toughest dude around. You'll whoop anybody. You'll unalive anybody. You got everybody scared of you. But when that broad, when she do you dirty, you take her right back. If one of your homeboys snitch on you, you're going to be ready to take his life. But if that broad snitch on you, you're going to be right back in her face. You dig? One of the most vivid examples, it's a lot of them that I could think of, right? But I remember I was in jail with this cat. I've talked about this before, but I was in jail with this cat, and he was a Mexican dude. He was from Mexico, but he lived obviously in the States, and he had a black girlfriend, and he had an altercation with her. She called the police on him, sent him to jail, right? Sent this man to jail. He sat in the county for like 2 years fighting the case, and the whole time he's sitting in jail, guess who coming to visit him, send letters and pictures and put money on his books and accept his phone calls? The same chick that put him in jail, right? She didn't receive any consequence behind doing what she did. He accepted her right back into his life after she put him in jail. Do you know this man ended up getting 13 years behind that shit? Behind a chick that was like right in his face. And the cold part about it, while she coming to visit him and accept his phone calls, put money on his books, all this shit, she probably got a rotation of dudes out there that she, you know, having in and out of her bed like musical chairs. They playing musical beds. And, you know, he just, you know, thinks she just the greatest woman in the world because she hold him down in a position that she put him in. Right? But a lot of y'all do that type of shit, man. I done seen dudes let a chick set him up to be robbed, and they know she the one that set him up, and then he right back with her. Dudes getting sent to jail by this chick, get out of jail and be right back in her face. So when you like that, man, not only can you not complain about a woman or any women when you're rewarding betrayal, but also you can't say nothing about the next man because you're not letting your nuts hang. Let your nuts hang. When you let your nuts hang, man, ain't no way in the world a woman that betray you could have you back in her life. You back in her life. That's crazy, man. Ain't no woman on the planet that could say that she betrayed me and then I came and gave her action back. Yeah, but every last one of them chicks that betrayed me was back on my line trying to have me back. That's what they do. That's what they do. They betray you and then they try to put you back in their life. You gotta let your nuts hang and tell them hell no. Get up out of here. I don't know you. You don't exist no more. Yeah, man. Gotta let your nuts hang, man. Another thing y'all got bad, man, that is a result of you not letting your nuts hang is this victim mentality. It's so cool to be a victim nowadays. And you know, women, they gonna play the victim role and benefit off of it, reap the benefits and all that type of shit. It's very profitable for women to be victims. Hey, and you know, it's profitable for guys to be victims, but at what expense though? A lot of y'all play victim and you get, you know, praise and you get rewarded for playing the victim, but at what expense though? The expense of tucking your nuts up and not being able to let your nuts hang? Hey man, I ain't never been a victim ever in my life. I done had, you know, fucked up things done to me. I done been in bad situations, all types of shit, man. But I ain't never been no victim. Always let my nuts hang, no matter what I go through. Right? Because being a victim is a mentality. And that mentality gives you a certain outlook and it influences a certain behavior. And when you behave like a victim and you seeking sympathy and, you know, you crying about shit and want people to cry with you and all that type of shit. Hey, listen, man, that ain't got nothing to do with no manhood, man. Men let they nuts hang, man. Let your nuts hang. I can't say that shit enough, man. Let your nuts hang. Stop acting like your mama. You dig? Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to make more and more videos about this type of shit because, you know, a lot of y'all, you do a lot of things because it's accepted and respected. And just because it's accepted and respected doesn't mean that it's becoming of a man, or it doesn't mean that it's cool to do or cool to be, a cool way to be. Nah, man. Let your nuts, and guess what? If every other man on the planet tucked their nuts up, guess whose nuts is still gonna be hanging? I don't give a damn what everybody else do. I'm gonna let my nuts hang. And as a man, you need to let your nuts hang too, man. Let that marinate on your mind one time, freezes it. And this stuff right here, man, you see that right there? Yeah, this that love. It's that love juice, man. Put some of this good old love in your body like so. And of course, as always, long live the incomparable Sinful to P. We out.
Let's go. You see, I, the God anointed, game appointed PI since knee high. Knew that God appointed me to be fly. My reply to the blessing, only one decision for me, man, that integrated and demonstrated it's obligatory. Okay. So begins the story, these blessings I'm not in tune with.
But getting back to this game that I never left.